Hello, my creative friends. I'm Heather North from heatherscreativeblessings.com. Today I am participating in a blog hop with Catherine Pooler and her design team because she is releasing a new set of ink colors. If you haven't seen them yet, you'll have to go over to the blog and check them out. So in honor of this beautiful, bright, vibrant rainbow of colors, I thought I would create a rainbow stencil card with just a little twist to this technique. What I'm starting out with here is Tiara. All of these are Catherine Pooler Designs inks. And my mini ink blending tool from Distress Ranger. And I've got my stencil taped down. It's I believe it's called Harleen by Winnie and Walter. I'll have a complete supply list over on my blog for you to check out along with links. And my second color is Lime Ricky, and I'm just blending it a little bit up into the Tiara so that it creates kind of a third color as it blends. And then my favorite color from this release, I have two favorite colors. This is one of them. This is called Aquatini. It is just the perfect shade of aqua. And if you've been following my blog, you know that I am really into aqua lately. So I blended that Aquatini up into the Lime Ricky as well. And so by doing this, I am getting several different shades of color. Now I'm going to work kind of from the middle up, and I grab Tutti Frutti, which is a perfect coral color. And you might notice me starting off on my scrap paper and kind of getting some of the juiciness off on the scrap paper before I take it directly to my cardstock. That just helps reduce some of the blotchiness, although with stenciling I don't think it's very noticeable. So that was Tutti Frutti, and then my second favorite color, which is Flirty Fuchsia. Isn't this just the perfect shade of purple? Oh, I am in love. So I'm going to blend that down into the Tutti Frutti, and then I'm going to do my second technique. Here comes the part I love, the reveal, part one, but you barely get to see it. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the ink that's left over on that stencil, and I'm going to create kind of a shadow stencil in between the shades that I've already done. So I just moved my stencil up and over a little bit, kind of so the ovals cover the diamond. And then again, I'm going to start in the middle with my yellow, and I'm not taking these to my ink again. I'm just using the ink that's on the stencil itself as well as on my blending tool, and I'm blending them together. And as you may have noticed, I used a different ink blending tool for each of these colors. And then I had to move the stencil down to get just that bottom Aquatini again. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, I just love this technique. From here you can make just about any card you want by changing your sentiment. I'm going to be making a thank you card, and I wanted to add the friend Friday. So I decided to just do some more ink blending on a scrap piece of paper. I grabbed Tutti Frutti and Party Dress, and I'm just going to blend them together. Now I'm going to stamp the top part of my sentiment. I'm just going to take the large thank you from Still Smiling by Catherine Pooler Designs, and I'm going to stamp it onto this Merry Label die cut that I've cut out with the Merry Label die from Casual Friday Stamps. And I just inked that up in Aquatini towards the top of the label. And then I'm going to stamp this butterfly in the Flirty Fuchsia ink, and I will fussy cut that out by hand, and I die cut out the friends. I also die cut the friend out of black ink so I could kind of pop it up and add a little bit of depth to it. You won't really see the black in the finished card, but it does add a little bit of definition. My favorite thing to use to adhere small die cuts is my little 1.5 inch Xyron sticker maker. So I just stuck the friend in there, and I also, when I'm die cutting things with a little eye, or other little pieces I don't want to lose, I put them on a piece of post-it note tape, or this is a medical tape, just to keep all of my little pieces together. I had some scraps left over, so I die cut a few flowers. These are from the Friendly Flowers Fridays by Casual Friday Stamps. And now I'm just kind of playing with placement and design and trying to decide what I want to make with all the little bits and pieces that I have sitting on my desk. Before before I pull the backing off of these friend dies, I like to take either a pencil or a sharp pen, or here I've got this little pokey tool at the end of my pickup stick, and I go around the entire outline of my die, including the inner pieces, and this just gets the adhesive to adhere to the top sheet and not the top of your dies. And then I just peel that top sticker layer back on top of itself, and I'm going to layer my friend die, the sponge piece, over the black. And then I'll just adhere it to my Mary label die. I'm just going to use a gum eraser to erase any adhesive that might be sticking to my cardstock. And then I'm going to pop this panel up with some foam adhesive. And I didn't cut it on camera, but I also cut little tiny strips to go behind the F so that they would not, so it wouldn't stick to the cardstock. I had adhesive on that back of the black F. And then I used a glue dot to adhere my butterfly. I decided on outline of the friendly flower fry die, but it was kind of getting lost on the page, so I decided to pull out my Flirty Fuchsia ink and just go over that party dress color by pouncing the ink onto the flower petal. If you try and sponge it the way I normally do, in the past what's happened to me is I crinkled up my paper. I'm just going to adhere this with some Ranger Multi Matte Medium, and I'm going to slip it behind the F and the label. And then I'm going to take the little tiny circle that is also included in the Friendly Flowers dies and adhere that to the center. And my card is done. If you've never shopped with Catherine Pooler before, I'll have a link down below that will give you a special code of a % off, I believe. If you're watching on YouTube, head on over to my blog and leave a comment, as well as commenting along the hop for your chance to win one of 2 $25 gift certificates that Catherine's giving away. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like my card or these ink colors, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more from me. In fact, I've got another video using these inks later this week. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!